In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create and edit linked records from within your miniExtensions form. So what we have here is we have set up an Airtable where we have an event, and this event has different items on the agenda, and each item, or some of them anyway, have speakers attached to them. And then, so this links to the speakers table, and then each speaker has some data, and obviously the other end of the link to back to the event table. So now, if we had a form for our speakers, we could simply edit a record, an existing one. So now here we have this one open, and we can see all the different all the data that's related to that record, and we can also see those linked records. So by default, we can both create a new record in the link table, and we can also edit existing ones. So if I just open one of these up, I could change the name here, I could change any of these fields, and then simply submit changes. So for example, if I just remove this workshop here and just call this community building, if I hit submit and go back to Airtable in the events table, this is now updated already. Okay, and I could also create a new record. Let's just call this dinner. And this is, I'll leave the other fields empty for now, and then hit submit. And again, this is going to be created right away, and it's also going to be linked immediately to the record that you have open on the form. So yeah, so that's how that works. We have a lot of options for the linked record field. For example, if you just click on the field, you can go to create and expand records, and here you can disable the creation of new records, for example. So if we disable this and then open the form back up, let's just open up that same record, and now this create new button is gone. And if we go back again, we can also disable expanding records. So let me show you this again. So if we look here, if we just click on this, so this is expanding a linked record, right? So what we can do is we could disable this altogether, or instead what we can do, we can simply make all of these fields here read-only. So you can still expand and see more details, but you're not going to be able to edit any of the data. So to do this, you simply open the child form, which is the form that pops up when you click on a record or when you want to create one. You can either click on it here, or you can also go to create and expand records, and it's right here as well. And then you just go to bulk actions and make all read-only, confirm. And now all of these fields on the child form are just going to be read-only. You cannot edit anything. So this still looks the same. You can open it up, but now all the information is read-only. You cannot interact with this anymore. Also, if you have both creation and expansion of records enabled, you can decide to use the same form for both of these operations, or you can use different ones. So if in the example I just showed you where you want all of the data read-only when you're editing, or expanding, I should say, you probably want to use different forms, because if you want to create a new one, you're going to have to edit fields. So in that case, you could simply select use different forms here, and now you have two child forms here, and you also have two child forms here, one to create records and one to expand records. And they can be completely different depending on your use case. So for example, this one could be all read-only, and this one could be all editable, or you can even set them all required or whatever you like, or they can have entirely different collections of fields. Um, there are plenty of options here um, that you can play with. You can also, for example, require your users to open linked records. So that means that any record that is associated with their record, before submitting the form, they have to actually click on it to open it up to see all the details. So that way you can sort of force people to look at all the information, and then only once they've looked at all of them will they be allowed to submit the form. So that's a quick overview of how to work with linked record fields on your miniExtensions form. If you have any questions about this or need any assistance in setting this up, feel free to reach out to us through the chat icon in the bottom right corner, and we'd be happy to help.